Cora, yeah, Cora, yeah, Cora, yeah,
Hi family, I'm Stephanie Wade. I'm Habasia, and I am in my backyard in Galveston, Texas, so nobody will be confused about where I am. If you hear any bird noises, it's just nature, y'all. No matter where you go, if you just sit still for a minute, you will be able to hear the birds singing. It seems like they're on key, but they always was doing their thing before I even came out to hear their bird, singing the bird songs. Welcome to my coffee conversation. I've been having a wonderful time. Y'all know I love to see stuff half full, but this one is all the way full, y'all. Has a nice flavor, kind of like cinnamon roll flavor. That's the coffee creamer that I like. I'll drink others, but when you can get what you like, why not? How is everybody? Before I forget, y'all, I'm starting a Patreon site, and that site actually is to help me to not only go back to the motherland, Gambia, sooner, but to actually stay for longer periods. I personally gonna be on my house over there, and I'll be able to do it no matter if nobody was doing it, any of that support for me. But I'll do it a lot faster if I do get support from you guys. So the ones that's led to do so and that can afford to do so, I appreciate you. And those that can't afford to, that's okay. Just pray for me, y'all. Pray for me and visualize me getting on that plane, going back to the motherland, and prepare a place for you. Oh. But anyway, my #1 subscriber on Patreon, shout out is to Nisi. I agape love you, Nisi. I appreciate your support. Thank you so much. And guys, I'm gonna be doing so much stuff on Patreon. Y'all have to forgive me because y'all know I'm 67, y'all. I'll be learning how to use the little technical stuff on there the best I can. But I promise you, it'll be fun, y'all. And while I'm here, I know because y'all tell me that you are also visualizing and praying for me to get back. And I say thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate it. And for those who are my age group and contemplating going to the motherland because of something that I shared, I'm so happy. I am. I guess people don't know the power of their words until other people tell you how you've affected their life. And that's good, y'all, because y'all know I'm Creole, and I like to hear stuff while I'm here. While I'm here to appreciate it. So I appreciate y'all telling me how motivated y'all to think about going to visit the motherland, or start reading more, or journaling, or telling your stories to your relatives and your friends. I just do what I do because it's what my ancestors have done. But guess what? Your ancestors probably did the same thing. They might have not been as comfortable as my ancestors and me, but that's okay. The more you do something, the better you get, you know? Like I said, record yourself and save it somewhere in a cloud or something until you find the time, even if it's just 10 minutes, jot something down for the next generation to know what you've done, what other people in your family have done. Sometimes the things you do, you even forget that you did it yourself. You know, the good you did. The bad stuff you did, you don't have to worry about it. Somebody somewhere gonna remind you that you did that. Hey, remember when you was like 5 years old and you don't remember? It's like, what? You don't know if they imagined that you did something or not, you know? Because I'm telling you, people can make up some memories. They can, especially when it's not their memories. But anyway, y'all, I hope you tell lots of good stories from your memories or stories that your grandma told you, your auntie, your mama them, your daddy, your granddaddy, your papa, whatever you call them. Because stories are good. And I don't want to say too much because sometimes when you say stuff, people will be saying it's a copyright infringement. I don't want that. But anyways, before I get started on a story, and you know the ancestors will take me to somewhere that I don't even know until I watch the video. When I'm in the zone, y'all, sometimes I don't even know until after I watch it. That's some of the stuff I said, you know. My granddaughter, I was talking to her the other day, and she was like, oh, grandmother, you have so many videos. Oh, I'm behind 3. You're like releasing them every day. It's because I'm not scripted, y'all. I come out here and I do something because practice makes better. And tomorrow is not promised to anybody. And I just want to get the story out there in the universe so you guys can get the story no matter what, you know? I got to get the story out there. That's all. It's about the stories. No, I am not monetized yet. They say they're working on it. Let's pray that it's working. You know, I learned so much in the Gambia about being, quote, African. And I was wondering why people in Ghana, in Nigeria really, was like always praying for something. Well, I know why. It's like sometimes things, you do your best to do stuff logically and rationally. And because of all this new technology, you can't even talk to a human being to try to straighten stuff out. It used to be so easy. Just picking up the phone and talking to a human being, they could actually fix it for you in a little while. Now, you just stuck online with like an infinite circle. Because messing with the monetization program is why I ended up in the Patreon system in the first place. Because it was like an endless story of you already have this, you already have that. And it, not really. Oh, you're associated with that. Not really. I don't even know anything about that other one that they was talking about. It was not connected to me. Just because one person that's related to you has the same last name, the computer would just assume that it's you because they figure, oh, nobody else has that name. Guess what? Not everybody in the United States has a name like Smith or Brown. No offense to Smith, Brown, or anybody else, but I'm just saying, one day, my name is that. All of my family's name is that. Their relatives on their dad's side name is that. Come on now. It doesn't make it be me just because one of them signed up for something. You know, I have to be going around asking them to change stuff. It's just crazy, y'all. But Patreon made it easier for me. And that's why I'm there, y'all. I'm just trying to get myself back home. That's all. And be able to stay there for a while. Like I said, I'm almost done with that car note, y'all. And the money, I'm going to put that in my bank account. And it's going to be there so I can go back. And that'll be the savings. I already have a little savings. And then, y'all, I'm going to work on getting that ATM machine to work over there with my little PayPal card or whatever. And it's going to be all right. It will. You know, it will. But I tell you, don't go to the motherland broke. I don't care who make a video talking about Africa is cheap. There is a system over there, just like everywhere else in the world. You have your elites or your 1%ers, and then you have people that don't make that much money, maybe $1, $2 a day, maybe a little bit more, I don't know. But that's your average worldwide, y'all. Even in the United States, they fighting about $15 an hour. And that's not nothing if you're in like New York or California. I mean, it's fine for Texas, you know, because Texas is a little cheaper. But as people from California and New York move here, it's going to raise the prices of everything, including rent and everything else, because it's all supply and demand and people's perceptions. So what somebody will pay for from New York or California, they'll be like, oh, that's cheap. And somebody in Texas will be struggling like, what? You know, just imagine if they come here with an online job that's making that California money or New York money and move to Texas. They'll really mess up the whole economy here. They will. I'm retired. But I retired with what? Texas money. Because the majority of my time working was in Texas. Even though I did move around to Chicago, and I was just in Oklahoma for just a little while. But I'm telling you, the money was not that much when I was in Chicago, because that was a long time ago, y'all. I was young back then. Oh, but anyway, y'all, I'm doing okay. But if you've been following me, we have this family compound house. I grew up here from when I was 7 years old. That's something new I hadn't told y'all before. But I moved here with my mom and my stepfather when I was 7 years old. And my mother's is more African retentive than she even imagined. She didn't even think of herself as African anyway. She thought of herself as a what? Creole or an Indian, or we mixed with thus and so. But she did have that in her mind. Whenever she saw a homeless person in the street begging for money or looking pitiful, she'll say, where's their family at? That just don't make no sense. If they had a family, they wouldn't be homeless. Well, that's the whole idea behind a family house. Nobody in the family is homeless. Everybody has a function, even down to the person that you see open the gate and close the gate, and a quote, boys' quarters. I'm sure it's just like an offshoot of the people that's in your family that's males, and they have not gotten married yet and moved out into their own compound, you know? But anyways, guys, this is a family compound house. I'm praying I don't have to sell it and get one cheaper so I can use the difference to go back to the motherland. I'm trying to figure out how to make more funds so I can go back. And I don't want to be associated with all kind of external groups, because sometimes groups do stuff that you don't know about. And my good name and Habasia's good name is priceless, y'all. Because Habasia, if the Most High say so, will be here, because it's a cooperation after me personal, Stephanie Wade, is no more. That's my wish for Habasia, that it becomes like Pinocchio, a real NGO that can function without my face, you know? I want everybody that's a part of Habasia to be able to say, I'm so-and-so, I am Habasia. I want it to be past, I'm Stephanie Wade, I'm Habasia. But anyway, guys, like I told y'all, I don't never know what's going to happen sometime once I get in front of this camera. But anyway, I want y'all to know what I'm wearing, because some of y'all like to know. So anyway, for those that don't know, this headscarf came with a mask. I ordered it online because of all of this social distancing, social isolation stuff. So I ordered it. I wore it when I was coming back from the Gambia, and I got so many views, y'all. Folks was making comments, oh, your mask ain't on right. Oh, you're making a fashion statement, just everything. But it didn't matter. I got so many views. I was excited about that, you know, I really was. So I made it back home. I promise you, when I go back, I'm gonna wear this. The people that's on Patreon will be able to see behind the scenes kind of stuff. Oh, but anyway, guys, online, this is my regular old glasses, y'all. They're tested, and then they're the ones that change to shades, you know, when the sun comes out. So don't be thinking I'm so cool that I got shades on every time I'm in the sun. But they're transitions. And this is my earrings. I do not know where I got them. Don't want to lie. Oh, hopefully it was cooperative economics. But if I see cowrie shells, or seashells or whatever, I'm gonna get it, because I am an island girl, y'all. An island woman, whatever. Oh, this house brings out the little girl in me. Like I said, I was here at 7 years old. No, I haven't been here all my life. I have a real nomadic spirit. And even though I was an only child of my mother, I just did not like to stay home. Once I figured out how to catch that bus to Houston, Texas to visit my cousins, I did. Oh, I visited them. They picked me up at the bus stop. I was good, y'all. I might have cried when I first the bus pulled away from my mom and I was waving at her. Because I loved my mama, y'all. But once that bus got around the corner and I was just on Broadway, which is like 2 blocks from the bus stop, I was like smiling, anticipating the fun I'd have. So that's my spirit, y'all. The nomadic spirit. So I'm sure my ancestors moved around a lot, you know. Because that's how I feel whenever I get out of here. I'm fine. When I'm in the motherland and I'm in that heat, I just love it, y'all. Y'all see how, the ones who've been following me anyway, see how I glow because the sun is on me. Here it's dreary, it's dark. It's not that late. It's just that it's been like this all day. I didn't really want to get up and come out here. But I want to make these videos in different backgrounds, you know, so I can't give y'all just the kitchen all the time or the living room, you know. I just can't. I want y'all to see something different. But anyways, my necklace is definitely from an artist in Houston. At least she's based in Houston. She travels a lot too. I forget her name, y'all, because I do so much cooperative economics. But it can be turned around, and it'll be like, can be facing this way too. See how pretty it is? That shell is real pretty. So it could go either way. And this dress came from a boutique in Atlanta, Georgia, y'all, when I was living in Stone Mountain, Georgia. So it was a boutique from a Nigerian lady. Yeah. And it's just a dress, y'all. Just a long dress. Let's see. Yeah, it's just a long dress. That's it. And just old tennis shoes, y'all. That's it. Whew. So anyway, I don't want to like overdo the length of time I'm talking to y'all, because that's another thing my granddaughter was saying. Oh, these are long too. And I'm like, I really don't pay attention to the time when I'm talking. So I know we all on social distancing, so where else we gonna go? Yeah, at least on Sunday. If you're watching me at some other time, just pause me if you gotta go somewhere and turn me back on when I come back, when you come back. Because I just be on the road, and I don't want to have no time limit where I'm just cutting y'all off. Then I'm actually noticing a time, you know. Some of you guys that just started following me wanted to hear some of my stories of when I was younger. Well, at 67, I got a bunch of stories, and they are not in chronological order. So I like to use my collections of everything to tell my stories, because each thing I have tells its own story, and it activates some part of my memory, and that's what I'm sharing with y'all, you know. So anyways, while I was looking through my little stash, because I have so much stuff all over the place. It's a tiny house, y'all, for the United States anyway. You know, it's just a one-story tiny house. You walk up the steps, you know, because it's in Galveston, you know, so it'll be above any flooding, because sometimes when it rains, it floods, especially in a hurricane, and you got to evacuate and all that. But anyway, stories for other days. But I do have a lot of stuff in the house. My jewelry is in shoe boxes and all kind of other boxes, y'all, because I have collections of jewelry, mostly costume, but this one is not costume. It's stone, some kind of stone and shells. You know, it's beads that look like stones anyway, beads and shell and wire. So, but they're priceless to me. But anyway, let's not, you know, so I don't go off the wall too much. Y'all know I'm a grandmother and great-grandmother. So anyway, this is my little tablet. Y'all see how it's all eaten up by who knows what. This is old, y'all. I was in school doing cursive. You know, I was Stephanie Sam back then, and I was learning to do cursive. So it's like, you see, I don't know if y'all can see real well, but that's my little cursive. And it was in the day when you see who was in the books 100% of the time. I went to Holy Rosary School, and we had these little books, you see, 35 cents. 35 cents. And that probably was a lot of money back then. My mama probably had to go to her piggy bank. And you see, we had book covers so we could take good care of our books. It's like 35 cents was a lot of money, y'all. Wouldn't be wanting to get your book damaged before the semester is finished. But we didn't know anything about, what is that? Political correctness. Because look at that. This was on the first page of the book. First page of the book. And it says, begin this unit with a study of this Indian picture and any other Indian pictures you have available. Look up interesting Indian signs for use in writing. And so this is what I wrote there. So I guess that was the little signs the teacher shared on the board that we was copying, writing down. Oh, but it definitely wasn't politically correct. Got them with a TP. It's like, even the ones living on a reservation wasn't using TPs by that time. You know, not to be just saying they're only housing. But anyways, it was very politically incorrect, because it's like, it says how they wrote. So now I see where we got it from. Not politically correct. This is only reading from the book. It said the red men used signs for writing. Rain. They had the little U. Use. Then they say Chinese, write with a brush. W-R-I-T, write. So it's like, everything was definitely stereotype. This is how we saw the world, y'all, from the beginning. The stereotypes of indigenous people as red men, and people from China is just saying Chinese. Like, not, I mean, Chinese don't just write with a brush. By that time, I'm sure they was writing with pens and pencils, and just like everybody else. And they say, we write our letters, because always the default to the normal is the people in the United States. So it's like, we write our letters with a pencil. It's like, I know I was a kid, but I know people that was indigenous and people that was Chinese also wrote with pencils by then, you know, and pens and everything else. But it was saying, we write our letters with a pencil. This is the way we make them. And then showing the alphabet. So it's amazing we turned out as sane as we did with all of this brainwashing from probably the first grade. Probably. You know, all I know is this was my little cursive writer, and we had a, you know, the little book cover, and on the front it says, we write now recorder, by somebody named Frank N. Freeman, PhD, correlated handwriting series. But very stereotypical stuff on the front. No political correctness at all. Everybody was just in their little native dress. So even the little Dutch boy with the little shoes. Oh. So hopefully they didn't have African Americans picking cotton in it. I don't know. But I'm telling you, they taught us in crazy ways back then. Yeah, it's just so much stereotyping in here. And whenever they was talking about, I try to do my best writing in school. I want to be neat and easy to read. You see who they was talking about. Nobody in here looked like me. Not one person. Not one person. So how did we see ourselves without being represented in our school books. But anyway, it told its story, y'all. I didn't know what was in it when I picked it up, because it's been a long time since I learned how to write in cursive. So anyway, y'all, I know a lot of y'all are getting to learn things about me, since I'm sharing my life, and I'm trying not to stretch it out. It's just, I'm just telling y'all my story. I promise y'all I'll be done before the sun go down. This is my dog that I had for about 14 years. He's Laddie. He was a Sheltie. I loved me some Laddie, y'all. He was such a good dog. Very, very smart. I was partial, but he was smart and not just pretty. Yep. And he was here. So lots of memories in this house. Lots of memories. He used to like to pose for those pictures, y'all. See, he was looking right at the camera. He was so used to posing. He wasn't like my little dogs in the Gambia. They had to learn how to pose for the picture. So they was just getting used to it when I had to leave. But anyway, y'all, this is the last day of Black History Month. So I just want y'all to see a few of the books I have before I wrap this up. I ordered this book online. And it was somebody, relative on Facebook, that was saying they relative had written this book. So I'm not getting any reimbursement for this book, but it'll be part of cooperative economics. If y'all go online and look it up and see if you want to get it, you know. I'm not saying buy it, but I'm just saying I bought it as part of cooperative economics. I didn't know how big it was going to be or not. And it's very current, you know. See George Floyd in there. So, and I'm talking about Black Lives Matters and everything. And when I was taking my drum lessons, y'all, I was going to the Dinky School of Music and DDC School of Music. That was in Houston, Texas. And it was saying the School of Music Achievement, because I participated in a little annual recital. Drumming, y'all. My little original work. So yeah, I was doing it, y'all. I just got carpal tunnel in one of my hands, so I can't play like I used to. If I do, it's just because the Spirit moved me. But not because I practice and get better and better. Because I don't want to agitate my carpal tunnel. But see, it was the Dinky Drum Company in Houston, Texas. No, I'm not getting reimbursed by them, but I do love that school. When I left there, I donated a dulcimer to them and my bongos, well, bongos, yeah, because I was actually learning how to play bongo drums and djembe before I left them, you know. So I did donate my instruments to them because I wanted the kids to have a real dulcimer to practice on, not a cardboard, a dulcimer. I didn't want our children to think that a dulcimer was made out of cardboard, because it's not, you know. It can be, but it's not what most people practice on. I don't want them to have that mentality that this is it, because it wasn't it. So anyway, I'm glad I was able to donate my instruments before I left. And as y'all know, I love me some Black mothers. And this is the archaeology of mothers. Yeah, the archaeology of mothering, an African-American midwife tale. Did not become a midwife, but I was a labor and delivery nurse for a long time, y'all. Long time. And no, I'm not reimbursed by anybody, but I'm just sharing some of the titles I have because I collect the books. I'm not saying I went and, yeah, what I'm doing. Excuse me. I'm not saying that I read all these books. No, I did not. But yes, I definitely own them. And I'm trying to see what more I want to show y'all. Okay. Because I was making noise on the bottom there. Okay. Let me wrap it up before I go break something before I even show y'all. Y'all know that I grew up, well, some of y'all know, I grew up thinking I was just Creole and Indian. Until I was older enough to know better. So here we go. I still have a motivation to buy things that's about indigenous people. I only have 1.5% indigenous blood according to DNA. And I collect books to share with children here as well as in the motherland. Sometimes you can share these books that have pictures, but you have to find out from somebody in that community first if it's okay, because some people do not allow their children to read books that have pictures in them that look like people or anything on the earth or whatever. They might just have to have abstract pictures or whatever. So you have to be very careful when you're sharing your library with folks, you know. I'm learning that. So anyway, guys. Yep. This is one of the ones from my library that I'll share with people. And even in the motherland, when I have my library, it'll be not just for the children in my community that's from that community, but it also be for the returning diasporans children too, if they come there, the diasporans themselves with their children. And while they're there, if they want to read, fine, because the library will be a library where you sit down and read, you know, not take the books home. Because it'll be limited supply on these books. You got to be shipping them there and all. Well, anyway, guys, one of my hobbies is glass fusion. I hope my keel is working. I have not used it in a while. And with it being so cold in Texas most of the times, not today though, y'all see I only got a dress on and it's comfortable. But I don't want to be using up the electricity and then the grid goes out, because I was one of the ones using up the electricity when I know that it potentially can make the whole grid go out with Texas being messed up like this. So I'll wait until springtime to start trying to do glass fusion again. I took a class and I can't even swear this particular one is mine, because the teacher lost our names that marked these pieces. And so since she couldn't figure out whose was whose, she just put them out there. And we just had to say, we'll take the one that's in front of us. It's almost like my birth story for my first child. Had to take home what you can get. Because what? I paid for this class. And no matter what, I had to take this one home with me, because she did not know. Because the paper that has our name on it, she don't know what happened to it. She probably didn't put it in the keel right, you know. So anyway, this may or may not be my work. I did do work exactly like this, but we was following her directions when we made this though. So who knows? We all had the same type of glass and doing similar steps. So our glass would all end up being pretty similar. And we didn't know how it was going to look after we put it in the kiln. So who knows whose work is what. I mean, it's really, really pretty. But I don't know if I did this or not. But I did attend this special workshop. So somebody else might have my work at their house. I don't know. And when you're talking about visualization, this is one of the pictures that I have in my bedroom wall. It's my bed when I was at Mama Africa's in the Gambia when I first went to visit. And they had the bed fixed so nicely. It's bamboo. And it's a nice small house. It reminds you of a round house, but it's more of an octagon shape. I also had round houses, but it like went by the wayside. So if I have any pictures that I can share with y'all, it'll be like on a little slideshow at the end. This one I definitely made. And I had to work on this lots of times, y'all. See my little fleur-de-lis? And that's Creole, B-O-I, born on the island, Galveston Island, y'all. I remember when I used to go to the reggae clubs, and people used to say, "Are you from the island?" And I say, "Yeah, I'm from the island." And they thought I was talking about Jamaica or one of the other islands. And I just had to tell them, "No, Galveston Island." I'm like, Galveston is an island too. Like, why would you think that the only island they had was Jamaica? Or anywhere else in the world? It's like they were in Houston, Texas, y'all. Houston, Texas. Galveston, Texas is only 50 miles away. So to me, if you're thinking island, you would think the closest island around you, which is Galveston. You know, I'm a Texan, y'all. And they talking about Jamaica. Yeah, so what? I was at a Caribbean club. But I was in a Caribbean club in Houston, Texas. Oh, I forgot y'all to show y'all one more thing. My bracelet. I love these kind of bracelets. They just speak to me. Make me feel like I'm powerful, y'all. And these little bangles too, you know. I remember I took one of these power poses, you know. Let me see. It was a pose like this. Hold on, y'all. It was a pose like this. And that was before any movie came out. And I won't even say the movie, but before the movie came out. You know, I had like a little pose in my hand like that, you know, like a little power sign. But it was with these bracelets, so I guess it could go the other way, you know, like that. So anyway, y'all, power to the people. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna be wrapping this up. I hope y'all had a good time visiting with me. And like I said, if you want to be doing anything special with me, even if it's just doing a vision board of y'all's sharing the ideas for a vision board that you have for going back to the motherland, whether it's solo or it's going there solo and being met at the airport by somebody, maybe like me. Who knows? Oh, come join my Patreon family and we can talk about it. And for a limited time, it's t-shirts available with Habasia on them. That will be a reward for your signing up. Even at the beginning tier, $3 if you sign up for the whole year at one time, you know? And the other tiers, too. It's all good, y'all. So support me. I'm good. I'll send that shirt to you. Wow, the supply lasts. Because I already have some t-shirts. But I will update y'all when they start getting low. I have from small to 2 extra large available right now. I love all of y'all. Until the next time, peace, peace, power to the people. And I'm out, y'all. Bye.